So a very warm welcome, everyone, for what is our information session for people who might be interested in working on our initiative, which is between TRAC, which is a social enterprise I run, and the National Museum of Computing, which is absolutely fantastic. And you'll hopefully be able to see Jackie, and I believe James is with her there as well. So they're down at the museum at the moment. Just with social distancing rules, I'm actually presenting from home. And today's session, what we want to show you is to firstly introduce ourselves, to tell you about the work that we're going to do, to give you some examples of the potential types of activities which you may be able to do. And I must stress throughout this, the whole purpose of this work is to make it work for the individuals we work with. We're going into this with ideas, but what will then happen is everyone will follow their own pathway. We'll then have an opportunity for questions and answers at the end of the session. I will share a copy of the notes, the PowerPoint with everyone afterwards as well. So you'll be able to have a copy of the slides, and we will put the recording onto YouTube. So if we give you too much information in this short amount of time, you will be able to go and recap. And afterwards, what we would like to do is to potentially be able to talk to each of you on a one-to-one basis as well, just so we can find out about you as an individual. And with that, we include parents, friends, families, anyone you want to attend with. We'd like to talk to them so we can tell them more about what we do. So in terms of an introduction, myself, my name's Thomas Cliff. I set up TRAC, which is a social enterprise, which means we are a business which is addressing a social problem, and that being that only 16% of autistic adults are in full-time employment. We set up as a consultancy service in 2018, and we also opened our first outlet, which was Cafe TRAC in 2019. Since the start of 2019, we've supported 36 people into paid employment, and that's across a variety of job roles. So that's everything from graduate graphic designers to cybersecurity administrators, logistics, warehouse, retail. And I should also stress that when I say into paid employment, that ranges, I think the shortest contract we have that somebody works is 2 hours, and it goes right the way up to full-time and overtime. So we are very much about helping you as individuals to get where you need to go. We're working in partnership with the museum because we think it's a fantastic opportunity to give more people the chance to participate. On that, I'm just going to admit Jackie, because there seems to be an issue there. Hopefully Jackie's going to be able to join us from the museum to talk a little bit about the work that they do. But the idea of the project is that we will actually be able to support individuals to move closer and closer to their employment goals. And we've seen that in our work in the cafe, one of the key things that we can do is that we can actually be able to go through and support people by giving them the opportunity to see and experience in things. Now, Jackie, I'm not sure whether you're there at the moment and able to talk, but if you are, if you could unmute yourself and just give us a brief introduction to the museum. I'm not sure whether she's having technical difficulties.
Hi guys, can you hear me okay?
Yep, it's coming through clearly.
Yep, so as Tom said, I'd like to welcome everybody that's joined the call, because this is a really important initiative for us. Tom and I work very, very closely together and just want to be able to offer the support, the help and the guidance for exceptional individuals, really. I think we've both got two locations, two sets of team members that basically are here to help and help you just realise your skills. I mean, the people I've already met, I'm sitting next to one now, James. He's been volunteering at the museum for over a year, and we didn't know what we'd be doing, you know, within the role, but actually we've grown together, looked at individual needs, and it's just been an exceptional journey. And we welcome absolutely everybody to our facility, and we really look forward to welcoming you guys after the current challenges are, you know, behind us as such. So yeah, welcome everyone.
Thank you very much, Jackie. So that's a very short introduction to us. I will end this talk by saying we would love to see you and meet you in person, obviously when that's safe to do so. And although I am at risk of repeating myself, what we're about to talk you through now, everyone will follow their own pathways. We just wanted in our sort of half an hour to give you some examples of the kind of things that we will be able to offer. So just first of all, in terms of why are we doing this, and we gave a similar talk to local businesses a couple of weeks ago. Obviously, the statistics for autistic adults in the workplace is far too low. And what we set about doing is to create opportunities for individuals. So I have to be clear, we cannot promise anyone full-time employment. We cannot promise anyone that they will get their dream job after working with us. But actually what we can do is create opportunities. And we would much rather be honest. Some places will say they'll guarantee you work here or in place A or B. We will be truthful. We don't say things to make people feel better, but we know what we do, how we work has helped lots of people. We know that companies such as Microsoft, who are working with us on this project, they value people with different perspectives. In America, they've got their own recruitment stream for autistic adults. And there are lots more companies. I've spent the day today speaking to a digital agency in Milton Keynes that handles data, and a huge kind of desire from them to help create opportunities. So that's why we're doing it, because we want to help create spaces where people can feel free to be themselves, and we can help develop confidence. In the cafe, some people come to us and they just want to come in because it's somewhere to go, which is great. Others came to us and then moved on to other positions quite quickly, which equally people will move at different paces, and that's absolutely fine by us. But this is the reason why we're running this initiative, and we've got some fantastic sponsors that I will introduce you to as well. And we don't do that to say, oh, look at us, you know, we've got lots of sponsors. What that shows is the commitment of local and national and even international companies to the project that we're doing. When I talk to employers, you know, even over the last month, I've spoken to upward of 100 businesses, employers, about the skills which individuals bring to the workplace. Now, all of you are individuals, you're unique, you'll all have your own skill set. But we've got stories where we've supported a graphic designer into a graduate role, where she now actually, if you go on our website, the track website, she designed the e-learning unit for us, and is successfully thriving. Her boss is really, really pleased because the work which she does is of such a high standard, the attention to detail. And what we've helped there is we've got rid of some of the parts of the jobs which she might struggle with. The first one of which was, we made it quite clear she really does not like shaking people's hands. So we actually said to the employer, when you meet, please don't offer to shake hands. Since she's been into work, we've provided training for the team, which was all based on her input as to what she wanted them to know about her. And she's thriving in that work environment. Equally so, that's a full-time graduate role, but we've also supported people into picking and packing roles in warehousing, customer service agents in shops. What keeps coming back to us now is very much businesses saying to us that they want to embrace individual skills. Now, I'm not going to lie, people face challenges. Does discrimination happen in workplaces? Yes, it can do at times, but actually what we want to do is support you, get to know a little bit about you from yourself and also your key network of support. And what we then want to be able to do is say, right, here is the next step for you. And I'm going to talk a little bit about that shortly. But I guess the key message from us is that we have got lots of examples of success stories. The museum have got the same. I know James is sat there just off screen at the moment, but James spoke fantastically to Anglia News the other day about his experiences at the museum. And what we want to do is help create opportunities for you to come and have a look and see how we develop. So in terms of tasks which there might be to do at the work on the project. I'm going to pass over to Jackie for this first slide, and then if I cover the second slide, Jackie. So what we're going to talk through now, just for the next few minutes, is opportunities which may be available. So you don't have to do all of these. You might do none on this slide and some on the next. You might do some from home. You might do some at the museum. But what we wanted to do, because we have got people from different backgrounds, is just give an overview of the range. So Jackie, if you could talk through this slide, and then I'll go on to the next one.
Can you hear me okay, guys?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what we want to do, as Tom said, is create a range of opportunities. So we couldn't possibly list everything. So here in the museum, for those of you who don't know, we're a fully functioning working museum. Now, when we're not within these challenging COVID times, we open pretty much 7 days a week, and we have a range of sort of activities that happen. So we have general visitors coming in, we do education pieces, we have corporate groups coming in. So what we're looking for is, maybe you might like to come in, and when we say a steward is someone that can come into the museum and welcome the visitors. And you can do that in any particular gallery and within your abilities. But I think once you get to know the team here, you'll really feel comfortable. You don't have to be a computing expert. So we are the National Museum of Computing, but I don't have a qualification in computing, guys. Okay, so just so you know, everybody is welcome, and you've got essential skills that will add to our team. So room stewarding is a very simple one. It may not feel simple right now, but we would work with you. And it's just about saying hello to visitors and letting them know that the next gallery is just there. Then we do STEM activities. So this is one of my favorite, my baby. So when we say STEM, it's science, technology, engineering, and maths. Now we like to contact companies who have very cool retro technology, new technology, and we ask them for samples of this kit, and then we bring it to the museum so families, when they come to visit, can engage. Now we'll give you full training on some of this kit. Now it might be around coding, programming, it might be robotics, it could be through virtual reality. We want to make sure you're comfortable with it, and then you might then grow to help others understand and explore it. So again, it's very steady. We work with you in your own time, okay? We have a small shop, so it might be you like the idea of retail, but you want to start slowly. Now, in the small shop, you can work and serve the customers. You can be mentored by one of the other volunteers here, see what you think. You can help me create some new exciting ideas for new products. So there's lots of front end opportunities, but also back end. Tom's Cafe, absolutely exceptional. You can go into Tom's, and Tom will explain the cafe more, but you can go in, and the team that have been into the cafe, you know, over these last few years have learned the catering skills, the customer service skills, engagement skills. I think that's what you'd say, Tom, I'm guessing. Those are the, you know, the key skills of any part of business are those things. So, and then we put, I say, catering and refreshments, we've done the shop. Corporate events, guys, you're probably sitting there thinking, well, what's a corporate event? Well, we have really wonderful companies that come to this museum because they're excited by the collection and, you know, all the activities we offer. But we want to share that experience with you guys, and you might want to help with the team building activity. You might just want to do the catering side of things. You might want to do the mail out of information to the companies before they arrive. We are so accessible to creating the different opportunities. And supporters days, well, we would like to give back to our people that we call supporters, that support our museum with financial donations or time. And we have days where we have a barbecue, we might have a talk or a lecture or a team building challenge. And again, some of you might like to help that. Now, why would you do any of those skills? Because all of those opportunities that you're going to engage with us, you can take them into real-time employment. And it looks great if you can say, I've had experience of working with a group event or in a small cafe or, you know, in virtual reality. So that's what we're trying to say. There's so much more, but we had to sort of list something to give you an idea.
Yep, and as Jackie said there are so many opportunities going out, and when we send this presentation out to you, one of the first things that we'll do in our sort of one-to-one discussions is work out what it is you'd like to do. It could be designing new materials for the shop, selling on the online shop, the 3D printing, which the last time I went down to the museum, James showed me. Fantastic opportunities there to develop a range of skills. So there's those sort of items. One of the projects which we're really excited about, which Jackie, I'll come back to you on in just a second, is with the support we've got from Microsoft. And you'll notice myself and Jackie will have very different, we both share an enthusiasm, but we're different people. And part of this project is you will work with people who will be supportive. You'll get used to, that's Tom's way of doing things, that's Jackie's. And most importantly for us is to understand how you work. But this programming and coding opportunities, they're actually building us a sort of hub of activities which can be done. And some of these can be done from home. But as well as the access to the work, what we will also have, which is not available elsewhere, is actual support from Microsoft staff at allocated time. So it might be once a month, it might be once a fortnight to start with. But rather than talking to myself, who's not a coding expert, you will be talking to the individuals in Microsoft. And what they're really keen to do is to learn as well how they can improve the experience for others. So Jackie, I don't know if you want to just talk briefly about the coding opportunities there.
Yeah, so as you can see, guys, is that they've built this platform and has been built for us and this initiative. So this is pretty special. But what they've done is they've built it, and there's no pressure on timescales, by the way, but you can build a game on this platform. Now, they've been really good. They've said a lower level, an intermediate level, and an expert level. So it might be you might start at the bottom level and work your way up. You might just stick with the first level. But as Tom said, the crucial piece is the people that have built and designed this platform are there to support you. So you'll get sent the material, you'll get time to have a look through it and explore it. Then when you get going, we'll set up mentoring sessions where you can ask questions, or maybe you'll say you don't like the way it works. But these people want to hear from you. So you're already engaging with experts in a great company. And they're also looking for new recruits all the time. So it's a really good opportunity to have one-on-one, or it's going to be over Zoom because obviously they're in America, but it's a basic opportunity for you to ask them questions. Why have they developed it? Why is it on this platform? Or you might just say, I don't like this, but how about building this for us? So as Tom said, I think the opportunity is phenomenal, but we are here to support you. You can submit questions online. You can give us a call or an email. I think it's going to be a good project for everybody.
Fantastic. Thank you, Jackie. And also for those people that might be interested in, be it social media or producing marketing materials, we can offer that opportunity as well. And again, all of this isn't just for practice. It will be used across our social medias. We've got projects that we can work on. And I don't want to overload people with too much information today. But what we do want you to see is that there is a real breadth of opportunities. And our next step really is finding out for each individual where they want to go, because the way we've looked at this and the way we've worked this at the cafe, not very imaginatively, we've just named them track 1, track 2, and track 3. It's just because everyone will be individual within them, but for some people, the main aim of this initiative will be to help them engage. So to get out of the house, to come and spend some time away, to meet new people, and that is absolutely fine. The second track is where people will come and maybe look to do a placement with us. It could be 8 weeks, it could be 12 weeks, it might be an hour a week, it might be 3 hours a week. And then a potential outcome for that to start with might be that you just want to gain some voluntary roles, either at the museum, the cafe, or elsewhere. And then the final track 3, is for people who come to us who say, actually, I've got some experience, I've got my CV, I've got my qualifications, I'm just struggling to engage with employers, and we can do that too. So when we talk about the employers, we're working with City Fibre that are actively recruiting jobs, iSure that are recruiting a variety of different data analysts, cyber roles, right the way, and again, it's where you want to go to. And that is the key thing. When we look at it, it's just a case of us working, how can we best support you? So in terms of how it would work for you to sign up. And again, there's no pressure. This is going to run for at least 12 months, and we hope a lot longer. But we've just had to hit the pause button with COVID. But there's the initial contact, which we've had with the people that are joining us. We do have an application form, which you'll complete with us. We're going to have some initial chats, maybe Zoom meetings, so we can get them done whilst we're not able to go to the museum. And what we'll then do, or you will do, is choose which sort of pathway you're looking at. Is it just for somewhere to come, in which case, great. Is it a little bit more about gaining practical experience, or is it relating to the job search? And this will again come from you as individuals as to what it is that you want to do. So following on from this meeting, and again, some will be before Christmas, some will be after, and where possible, we'll let you guide that, because again, some people in the cafe perhaps met me and then didn't want to come for another 9 months, but would then come and help us join in with that. So that's the sort of process that we're looking at. And when it comes to next steps, a lot of individuals we work with, so I'm talking over 100 people now that we've been kind of either supporting for work placements, or there's a lot of pressure when the word job comes up, because it implies paid work. I'm going to have to do it forever. We're very keen that a next step might be what you view as a very small step forward, but actually it's still progress, and it's looking at where do you want to go on to. We've got links with the Institute of Technology. They're a key partner. They offer a range of qualifications which would be equivalent to university. And the nice thing there is they're specializing in courses. So rather than having to do general courses, you could do one which is something which you're really interested in, maybe coding, gaming, cyber. But we also have part-time and full-time paid opportunities for people. There's voluntary opportunities at both of our venues as well. And I think actually, Jackie, if we talked about the range of volunteers at the National Museum of Computing, there are so many different types of volunteers, and also in terms of different hours as well.
Sorry, I'm just moving so you can see, because I feel conscious I'm wearing my mask. So absolutely. I have to say, just so you guys know, when I say I've got no coding, programming, technology background, I don't have any. I'm a qualified fishmonger by trade. Okay, so I'm here, I'm working with the team, supporting them, and I love this place. But we've got people that have gone through university, they've done college, people that didn't complete school for whatever reasons. We've got people that have only worked in shops. We've got people that have had successful jobs in banking or TV. So when you come to us and you may not initially know what you want to do, let me be sure that we will make sure that we give you something to do, and we will engage you and support you through that. I really want to reiterate that. This community, this bubble, Tom, has seen it. It's the same at the cafe. Is just a very relaxed, friendly, safe environment where we want to support individuals, however you decide that is, because there are no, there's no structure and rules. As Tom said, you've got the opportunity to choose where you want to go, who you want to meet, and how you want to choose that pathway. So I'm really excited about the project. I can't wait to meet people and get going with this. And just to say that we welcome you and your families. So, if you come for an initial visit to the museum, you want to come as a family, that's absolutely okay.
Absolutely, Jackie. And I think there, for some people I work with, they don't like having a choice, and we can make that choice fairly structured. But it's that opportunity to try things with us in a supportive environment. Some things will go well, and some things will be challenging, and we're here to kind of support you with that. In terms of the businesses that are involved already, and there are more on the way, Milton Keynes College, who are setting up the Institute of Technology, Dame Stephanie Shirley, who is truly inspirational and made a life-changing difference to so many individuals. City Fibre are providing broadband connectivity for pretty much most of the country, and they're really committed. And with these sponsors, what they're doing is they're putting money in, but actually they're committing to support in so many more ways, so that when we have events, you can meet employees from these companies, and they will be providing opportunities. So it might be that they're here for a corporate event. It might be that they're recruiting, and actually we find out that you've got the skills they're looking for, and we will support as much or as little as you want. Because one of the things we've learned with Track is some people would like us to attend interviews with them, to practice. We can do those sorts of things, and others don't really want our support at that point. But we take things as you tell us. But these are companies who really will work with us as partners, and they're committed to time, resource, and again, what it might be is we might have a project that a particular business comes to us and says, I'd like a website redesigning, and that you work on for a few weeks as a paid project. Again, going back to that first point where people might think perhaps he's being harsh, we can't promise anyone jobs, and I'm being very truthful with that, because that's the way in which we'll build your trust. But we can create opportunities for you to go and visit, and it's so important to go and visit local companies and companies that are near you, and kind of from there. So in terms of what next, because I'm aware we're at 3:30, and we said we'd give that time for questions, either group wise, or you can put them and message them to me or Jackie directly. We would love to see you. It might have to be Zoom or Teams to start with, but when the museum's open, I really would recommend coming to have a look around. I love spending time in there, and again, I think anyone with any interest in computing, that there's so many fascinating things to look at. We will have some other events in the new year, and we will also, for people that want to, arrange a one-to-one chat. And in those discussions, we'll be able to look a little bit more about what your pathway might look like. Because for some people, just to give you an example of a pathway, it would be coming into the museum, let's say, for example, on a Monday from 10 till 2. So again, the times can be flexible if it doesn't work with public transport or getting there. But let's say you came in on 1 week, it might be that for the first hour, we're preparing goods for sale in the shop. The second hour, we might actually be out restoring some of the artifacts, or perhaps researching things about them. The third hour, we might then actually be going out and looking around the museum and actually engaging with current volunteers, finding out. And the fourth hour, you might then be online researching a job. Whereas for somebody else, they might only come in for an hour and might just work in the shop. So it really is flexible, but I can't stress enough the importance from our point of view of letting us know how we can best help you. We'd love to speak to you as individuals, but as Jackie said, it's also crucial that, you know, if family members want to join in, friends, key workers, that we're all part of it together. We all want to support. So I'm going to stop sharing the screen now. I will send out a copy of this PowerPoint to everyone, so you'll have a copy. It will be as a PDF, just to kind of